show your gratitude, remember my name. Should you ever be in need of a reputable magician, I have a nephew who's just getting started in the business. I'm sure we could arrange some discount prices for you. Tell me, what is your name so I can tell him who to watch for?" I tightened my grip slightly and gave him my widest smile. "Well, my friends call me Skeeve." "I'll be sure to tell—" "Skeeve?" The DeVille's eyes widened and his complexion faded from red to a delicate pink. "That's right," I said, retaining my grip on his hand. "Oh, and for your information, demons from Perv are called Pervects, not Perverts. And he's not my house guest, he's my partner." The DeVille was struggling desperately now, trying to free his hand. "Now then, how many customers have you scared away from my business with your tales about what a fearsome person I am?" The DeVille tore loose from my grip and vanished into the crowds, sounding an incoherent scream of terror as he went. In short, Alleyman left, right? I watched him go with a certain amount of mischievous satisfaction. I wasn't really angry, mind you. We literally had more money than we could use right now, so I didn't begrudge him the customers. Still, I had never really paused to consider how formidable our operation must look from the outside. Viewing it now through a stranger's eyes, I found myself more than a little pleased. Considering the dubious nature of my beginning, we had built ourselves quite a reputation over the last few years. I had been serious when I told Alleyman that I didn't have much faith in magicians. My own reputation was overrated, to say the least, and if I was being billed as a powerful magician, it made the others of my profession more than a little suspect in my eyes. After several years of seeing the inside of the magic business, I was starting to wonder if any magician was really as good as people thought. I was so wrapped up in these thoughts as I entered our humble tent that I had completely forgotten that I was supposed to be sneaking in. I was reminded almost immediately. The reminder came in the form of a huge man who loomed up to block my path. "Boss," he said in a squeaky little voice that was always surprising coming from such a huge body. "You shouldn't ought to go out alone like that. How many times we gotta tell you?" "It's all right, Nunzio," I said, trying to edge around him. "I just ducked out to get some breakfast. Want a bagel?" Nunzio was both unconvinced and undaunted in his scolding. "How are we supposed to be your bodyguards if you keep sneaking off alone every chance you get? Do you know what Don Bruce would do to us if anything happened to you?" "Come on, Nunzio. You know how things are here at the bazaar. If the DeVilles see me with a bodyguard, the price of everything goes through the ceiling. Besides, I like being able to wander around on my own once in a while." "You can afford the higher prices. What you can't afford is to set yourself up as a target for every bozo who wants the rep of bagging the Great Skeeve." I started to argue, but my conversation with Alleyman flashed across my mind. Nunzio was right. There were two sides to having a reputation. If anyone believed the rumors at the bazaar and still meant me harm, they would muster such firepower for the attempt that my odds for survival would be non-existent. "Nunzio," I said slowly, "you may be right, but in all honesty, what could you and Guido do to stop a magical attack on me?" "Not a thing," he said calmly, "but they probably try to knock off your bodyguards first, and that might give you time to get away or hit them yourself before they could muster a second attack." He said it easily, like you or I might say, "The sun rises in the east." But it shook me. It had never really occurred to me how expendable bodyguards are, or how readily they accept the dangers of their profession. "I'll try to remember that in the future," I said with a certain degree of grave humility. "What's more, I think I owe you and Guido an apology. Where is Guido, anyway?" "Upstairs arguing with his nibs," Nunzio grinned. "As a matter of fact, I was looking for you to break it up when I found you had snuck out again." "Why didn't you say so in the first place?" "What for? There's no rush."